newspaper world changes, and I'm sure that as I look around and I saw you and I was listening to your conversations, I've heard conversations when y'all were younger men in high school. What the conversation y'all had today was just totally different. You're talking about investing and talking about these men do, and I'm hoping that something in this football program, hey, they said something to you to help you grow to be, the men and the citizens that you are today. Uh, First of all, we want to welcome Coach Woods back. I, when he came here and he made a mark in this town. I know he kind of built on the backs of what was already here, but it was during your time. You were some of the players here that that Sapanola jumped onto the national scene, and people they started ranking us like in the first in the 20s. There were a couple of years I know that they actually could have given Sapanola that national championship title during your time, but it didn't come along until a few years later. So, Coach Woods, Coach Ricky Woods, tell us your history of coming to South Panola.
Well, I've been coaching 20 years, and I was coaching at my hometown, and my son was a quarterback, and he was a junior, and we won the state championship. He got really a career in that game. It's a little progression from injury, but that was the time I did it. So actually, we had the whole team coming back. That was about 3 or 4 people, and I was sort of planning on coming back. And I almost did this interview, and I got thinking about it. Ron Oates was the athletic director, and I called Ron. I told Thomas that night. I said, I think I might apply for a job, but you can't play. There's one that I'm interested in. I told him, he said, I'm perfectly fine with that. So that's sort of how it transpired. Then we had to talk to his mother about leaving him in Ackerman with our brother, my brother-in-law, our brother. So anyway, I called Ron. I was on Tuesday. I interviewed on Friday. I really accepted the job pretty much before I left, and I was in South Panola not that Monday, but the next Monday. And that's sort of how I got to South Panola. And I knew the history. Me and Ed were really good friends. And, I know you Coach Wright beforehand, and I knew it was a tremendous program. From the history of it all the way up, winning the 93 state championship. And Ed, what he did, he won like 81 games in his tenure here in 8 years, and played for 3 state championships. And when I got here, I inherited a great program that he had left. A lot of great players right there. And, you just sort of got in here and sort of got everybody playing on the same team and playing as a family, and it just sort of escalated from there. So it was a great experience in my life. And I'm going to say one more thing. Somebody asked me the other day, because I'm from Ackerman, somebody from Ackerman asked me, and I coached there as head coach 7 and 2 assistant. And they asked me what was my best job I've ever had in my life. And coaching, I said I had 2 great jobs. And they said, what? I said, the first time in South Panola and the second time in South Panola. And I said, and that's the truth, because I had 10 years here. This is sort of my home with my wife, and we really enjoy it here. I'll always be a Tiger. I think all these guys are always be a Tiger. So,
Which one of y'all were on his first team here? Okay.
We was the first senior class.
all these guys.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They all on.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, tell us about that first year. You're going through a coaching change, with the coach that had a big impact, another coach coming in. What did y'all think, say? How did you feel?
I think Jason both have to speak on that more than it was.
Okay.
We were coming up with sophomore. They were going to be senior.
Okay.
Well, when he came in, all we had to do was Ed Stanley, but he came in and it seemed like he made things, no disrespect or downfall. It seemed like he made football easy. just the way he came in and did things, and then he came in and gave you a mindset of, we're not going to wait to win, do it now. And, he just got us prepared, and we fell in line and saw the things that he wanted us to do. He changed the mindset, and we just got out.
And when coaching his big thing too, it wasn't just senior led. He was big on the young guys. Like I said, Derek P, of course, my first cousin. Well, we lived on the same hill. Well, in the summertime, I was supposed to have been at a certain time. Well, coach, I'm a senior now. He would get mad. He would get mad at me for not having a freshman at the in the workout. And coach was like, "Hey, if you don't have him here, don't you come here." So I would get. I'm a senior, but I would get in trouble for not having the doggone. So he cared about everybody being there. Not saying the other folks didn't either. But coach, like I said, he made sure. Like I said, with Big John, and the younger guys, them sons gonna be walking across town getting to practice early because coach he was determined. Like I said, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win now, and that's exactly what we did. We won. Like I said, we the family there. We had a lot of fun. I mean, he made it. In that time, of course, we'd come off a little slump. But when he got there, he got the spark back. I mean, we was from the first day of summer. We had to earn the jersey. Your name was back in the jersey. You had a certain days to do that, a certain amount of days to do that. And everybody wanted the name on the back of the jersey, and they made sure of it. So if you didn't earn it, you weren't gonna get it. So everything you got with them, you had to earn it, and they wouldn't give you anything. You had to earn it.
Well, I know for me, when Coach first got here, I was definitely a troubled kid in alternative school. And, he came up and put his arms around me and took me in and just showed me that I could be a leader, stop being a follower, and just help me just realize my full potential, not just in football, but in life as a person. Because Coach is a godly man. Every Wednesday, he had prayer circles, everybody say a prayer, you squeeze the other guy's hand off, and he just goes around in a circle. And, you also got to see a lot of coaches on the staff that was married, and, got to see that. And, come from a single parent home, you don't get to see that. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm married now, because that's what I always seen coming up as a little kid.
I was the first, my bad, I ain't even stopped before you get started. Now, I was the first senior that his wife, Miss Woods, met at Kroger.
At where?
Kroger.
Oh, okay.
She come in and she asked me that I play, I was circling Brooks, of course, and she asked that I play football. I said, yes, ma'am, I do play football. And she was like, well, I'm the head coach of Hawaii. I said, well, let me be the first to introduce myself. I'm one of the senior players, Jason Hill.
She come home and told me that. Now, I need to say this too. My wife, since I've been coaching high school and junior college games, assistant and a head, I've been in about 500 games, very, very close to it. And my wife has never missed that. Yeah, she enjoyed the ball, the camaraderie, and all those just well as I appreciate she changed her dad.
Yeah, I think when you left, we were mad you took her. So,
That's usually the way it happens.
When my first meeting her here, one of the things I remember is when we first came to high school, our parents worked. We didn't have a way to get here, and they put their little short bus out there to come pick us up every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Me head pick us up. Coach Weed would drive us around. Hey, we're gonna get to the field house. This is what we're gonna do, and this is what it's gonna take. And it started the brotherhood for me with most of these guys. I was his dad for me, trained together. I trained with this guy a lot. And it just created the brotherhood for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but it just made me fall in love with coming to this place. We'll come here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'll leave at 4 or 5 in the evening. Every day. Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I really enjoy this building, and I'm proud we've got it. But I do miss the old field house a lot. There was a lot of good memories happening in that building.
okay.
A lot of bad ones too. A lot of good ones.
Give give us an example of a couple of good memories from the old building.
Yeah.
Y'all have any good memories? No.
You just think about it, just,
I mean, from here, the initiations or anything. So yeah, I mean, they got initiated. All
Was
that.
I supposed to know about that?
Yeah, but you gonna get initiated. I mean, just
So
it was just to me, Lightning like to hit that the old building. All that team was Ragnar. But I mean, a lot of history now. They always say, you know, the saying, the walls could talk. If the walls could talk, the stories that some gonna have
Right.
of you know, throughout that some man. I mean, I enjoyed it all, but you know, but what we have now is deserving of what we have now. Very good.
Well, I don't know if it's your memory or not, but you know, Friday I had them from 1:30 to kickoff, and of course they were a lot of high-strung young men, you know, getting ready to play and anxious, excited. When they got down here after pregame, we go back to the pregame, we get back down here about 3:30, and I chained every door from the inside and locked it. And I was the only one to have the key, so nobody could go outside. I kept the key. I didn't have a coach have a key. I had the fire code. I know it was against fire code, but I did not lose anybody on Friday. And I did that for the last 3 or 4 years that I coached here, you know, for these guys. And I needed them to be focused and ready, and I got tired of telling them quit going out the doors. I just locked them in.
Oh, okay.
And y'all remember that too. And then they settled in, they could not leave, and after about a time or two of that, they never even asked to leave. There's a lot of things that happen, you know, the dressing room and just things that went on and people talking, conversations you hear. You know, it's just open years and be observant and a lot of good memories. And, you know, Vaughn was a big part of those memories. One day I looked back there and I heard John and Derek had locked Vaughn in the cage, and I could hear Vaughn hollering, "Let Uncle Derek out. Let Uncle Vaughn out, Derek. Let Uncle Vaughn out, Derek." And he done locked him up there, and I had to own the key, and him and John had locked him in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a lot of things, but, you know, it was all in fun. And, you know, the film room, they used it for a game room. And we have one old film room now. We got 4 great film rooms, and we had to take turns. And, you know, those kids get in and play those video games. And, you know, it was just it was a ragged old building with a lot of good memories, you know. And when I watched them tear it down, and it was sad in a way, but you know, look at what we got. Yeah. And the kids from all these grades, not just one grade, all these grades earned this building. You know, that's what I told the guys when we public coach with me. Look at those banners down through here. There's a lot of history in this building to get this building. You know, we were on the heels of a lot of good teams where there would be no you know, friction about getting the building this class. South Pinota deserves this building. The town deserves it. Especially the players deserve this building. And it happened because of these guys. You know, it's just the players are the main thing. You know, coaches talk about different coaches, but it ain't about the coaches. It's all about the players. You go out there and try to win without great players. See how it works out for you. You got great players. Sometimes you just don't need. You need to get out of the way and let them win the game for you. You know, and it was you know, inspirational stories, and you know, I got several of them. Several players that I use, even jobs that I'm taking. I used one as a church devotion the other night to a team. Before one, I give one the other day when we speak last year about the inspirational story, and it was South Pinota story I told them, and it is an inspirational story. Just thanks these kids have done. You know, I've been inspired more by my kids, by players, than I have by anybody else, the things that they've done. And it's important to know that. And you know, now, you know, we've always been friends, but we can really be friends now. You know? I mean, they're grown men. You know, when they play for you, they still just feel like they want to be own children. You know, like so now they're grown. They still like young kids, but they're grown kids. You know? That's sort of the way I feel.
Yeah, one of the biggest things for me, like, you know, me, like I played ball, but like my 10th, 11th grade year, I didn't play football. Like I was like one of the troubled kids as well. And then my brother going off and going to school, like I didn't have any brother. But then my senior year coming back and playing ball, so I had to bond with the brothers. And then you had like the coaches, which was more of like a father figure and everything in the life, everything in life. He just brought like everybody together, and like you said, like they made it fun. And, like we bonded. I think our best competition our senior year was us in practice against each other. So we were basically blowing teams out like 50 plus points to 0 at halftime. And we were just on the sideline chilling for like the rest of the time. But it's just those great memories of us like making bets on the defense against each other, and like that was like drove us. We was betting on like who's gonna make this tackle or who's gonna get that tackle or who's gonna get the most sacks or fumbles. Just have a clean, fun, like great competition. And then we all got along too, like on and off the field. And that's what made that bond much stronger.
What did y'all bet?
We're basically for Stickers. We just seen who get the
Stickers,
most
okay.
The best football I've ever seen played here in my 10 years was on practice field. John senior year, the 03 season, we were really, really talented. Now, I'm real partial, but I think it's the best team that played. Yeah. But anyway, we was on that old practice field Saturday morning after the offense versus defense. And it was bloody. I remember the team, and we put 4 plays, and they helped us. We drove down to 1-2, and they helped us. And it was the hardest hit that I've ever seen in my life. And we was coming off the field. Coach Wright was the defense coordinator, because I was the offense coordinator. We walked side by side. He said, I tell you what, I think we're going to have a pretty good team. He said, just make sure everybody gets on the bus and we're going to be all right. I said, I bet you're right, Coach. So we knew that this was the only person or people that could get us beat that year would be ourselves, and we did not do that. We like I said, we escalated, and you know, it was pretty much over at halftime. That week. It was a great year. But they all great years, but that was a really, really outstanding football team. You know, and about last year, John and then this year, we had a great year. We lost all those kids. We had what, John, 3 or 4 of us coming back. We went up 15-0, and I remember Derek Dickey was in the dressing room one day. It was before his senior year. We lost all those players. And some guy come in and said, Derek, I think y'all win 10 games this year. He said, we gonna win 15. We gonna win all 15. And we're not gonna lose them on our watch now. I think John and Mark and these seniors. And I thought, well, I hope he's right. And he was right. So it worked out. So people like that, and John, all these guys, they had a mindset that they wasn't going to get beat. And they feel confident in me.
One thing I can say about that 2003 season is that the accountability. Like, you had a guy like Mark on your team, like, you felt like you could win. You had Derek, you had Mark Griffin in the back, you had Blake Moore. You had, like, my example for a leader for me was when we played the state championship against on the road, and missed that tackle ourselves in the backfield. And I remember Jamal was the problem guy. And I'm sitting there shaking my head. Coach Wright was going to go have take the quarterback. And I'm trying to take the pitch. Jamal said, Coach Wright, I got it. Coach Wright left the door. MJ, come here. Don't let that happen no more. And we held him. We held him. It's like one of my best memories of 2003 season.
And look, now he mentioned Sample now. That Jamarcus, my senior year, he was, of course, linebacker, where he was calling plays, the defense or whatever. But a lot of times, Sample now, he don't nobody know this, I don't think. A lot of times, when he see the signal right, he'll call the wrong signal. I'll be one that got to correct him. No, he called. But well, I mean, I knew they were special. Coach Wood was special when they come in. Because previous year we was on a Friday, you wore whatever you want to wear. Well, when he came in on Friday, he got everybody dressed alike. You wear your SB shirt, khakis or jeans or whatever, and we're gonna look the part. And he did that throughout the guy's year. And I'm pretty sure he's still doing it now. That's when I knew it was special. Because I said his ways were a little different. Like I said, made practice. Our previous years of practice, sometimes you dread going to practice. But when he came in, it made, like you guys already said it, so easy. I couldn't wait to get to practice. I mean, I could not wait. Like I said, you want to show up, and we were just showing out amongst each other. Defense, we're gonna outdo you with the offense. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be better than us on this day. And I don't think my senior year that I don't think anybody expected us to go state. Of course, we went state and lost it, but we had a good team, and all year started that state championship run. Lost it, but the guys started. They won actually. But I mean, because it was a lot of fun, and that stuff it just went on consecutive. That's all.
I want to go back in history. You know, the '93 and the '98 teams kind of got this, giving us a taste of state championships. Anybody from those teams that were kind of influential to y'all, and on top of that, some of you had brothers and uncles, fathers that played on those teams. Y'all mentioned them and what their impact on you.
I can remember. Well, when I went to a football game, of course, before you started playing football, when you go to the game, you see all the kids playing on the side in the little fields and this and that. Well, I had a strict daddy, so when we went to the game, we had to watch the sit down and watch the game. The only time we can get up and to leave anything, going to the concession stand for him or going to the bathroom. Well, you know, around that 98-3 team, even the 92 team, all the time. I can remember if I wasn't at the game, we'd be listening to the game. And of course, I had a first cousin that played for Dwayne Wood. And you hear them guys, you hear them names, Rudd this and Rudd that, and Townsend this, Townsend that. Well, of course, those guys go on to big colleges. And then the pros, oh my God, you got he from baseball. Then went on to pro with him at the shape. Then went to the other guy that went to the NFL. Well, guys, no, I know I can do it. But them guys, they from this little old town of Batesville. Then went on and did this right here, where the sky's the limit from this team. And then the 98 team. I was the manager on the 98 team. Then there you go, Corey Chapman. Well, before then, Josh Bright, Kevin Cooper. Them guys before then, same thing. Get invited to NFL camps. Where you come, y'all come from baseball, from Old County. We all can do it. If y'all did it, the sky's the limit. We can do it too.
I just remember, like, from my neighborhood, you had guys like Derek Chapman. He played defensive line and can run like a skill guy. You thought you were fast, and he'd get out there and race you and like just smoke you. Keith Chapman, Connell Chapman, all those guys, in my neighborhood that I got to, grow up seeing play or whatever. So I think it was just, for a younger kid, just coming to a South Florida game period and seeing, those guys out there on the field and how they were performing, how they were playing, and fighting out there, it just gave you, just hope, that I want to do that one day or whatever. That's just it for me. Some of those guys. There's more. Pretty sure these guys got.
And he said, South Panola, my thing, man. Everybody know I love South Panola, the Tigers. And my thing, growing up, I didn't start getting anything with the name South Panola until I became a manager. So when I got my brother and I, we was cleaning up the old field house in the little ninth grade locker room on the end. And the band used to have these little small bags, the small blue bags, South Panola Tigers on them, with old South Panola Tigers. And I can remember getting that first bag, and that meant a lot to me. I still have that bag in my house right now. It don't zip up, but I still have it. But when I played football as a senior, I took that bag with me every Friday, every game, home game or whatever, away game or whatever. And when I got my South Panola, it meant the world to me. And I get chills talking about it now. That the word South Panola Tigers means everything, So when I listen to it on the radio, South Florida Tigers. So when I was amongst the community and see one of them older head guys, to me it was like seeing like a professional. My brother same way. You like seeing professional athletes because that's the South Florida Tiger right there. You know, it meant a lot. Even if there's something, anything on it, I didn't care if it was sock. If it had South Florida on it, I wanted it. You know, I wanted it.
I think one of the most important things that are part of the success of South Florida, you know, you got people like John that played in the NFL, myself, Marcus, these guys found their succeed way out. You have a lot of those great players. We know the condition. But you don't have a lot of players here that are good high school players. And how much you've been to them players with the Tigers, and they all overexcel on that team that made it great. You know, John, these guys are so talented. You know, they was going to do that. There was people that never thought would play, and I can name several of them at the level they play off of their physical stats. But they did became some of the best high school players there was, but they were not college players. So you put all that together, and it's an extra for success now that they all believed in one another. Small things that were given to them, because that Tiger Road on was very, very important, and they cherished it. I just talked to Leroy Diggs, on the phone, and Leroy was 30-0 as a starting quarterback, and he really wasn't a starting quarterback. We just had to play him, so we didn't have a real quarterback, and he was very successful. And I know one time that a coach I got off the bus wanted to look at Leroy because he busted like 200 yards quick forward. I showed it to him. He said, he's got to be the manager. I said, he's not the manager. That's Leroy Diggs. People like overachieve, and I think that's really important that happens. And it's good for them and us and everybody concerned. But that's a big success.
Anybody?
I would say just to piggyback on what he said, like we all grew up together. Like Basinville is not small. Like everybody know everybody. Like backyard football, and that's where they all started when we was young. And then everybody played from junior high all the way up to high school together. So each year everybody got better together.
Well, when the team started being ranked nationally, they always were coming out, South Nola recruited. We go, no, just go look back in the family history. They grew up here.
Yeah, like across the river, like got the Big East.
Yeah, we recruited across the river, right?
I always tell when they recruited them from kindergarten up, that's when they started. I've had to defend that a lot.
Yeah.
Even recently, I said, well, they recruited them when they was about 5 years old. They all started school together. And but it's such a great history here, and I don't think it'll ever be right.
And then you come to like the last name. Well, we just picked up where all folks left off, like in the Chickasaw Conference. Them sons just have more gold balls than what we have in this championship, because Chickasaw started them. Well, the Chickasaw as well, uncles, dads, and all that, cousins and all, we played back in the 80s and consecutive years in the 80s. So we proved my butt. Actually, when somebody comes from another school, we can see what he made of. He ain't from the start, because we don't let him start coming from another school here. We already have our players in line right now, in place now. So yes, that last name, that's old bloodline name. There wasn't no recruiting nowhere. We didn't have to do that at all.
Well, it's such a family atmosphere as a coach. Nobody can beat what I do. And it was my second year here. And I'll tell a story now, and it's a good story. Derek missed way different. He's supposed to start quarterback this year. First place because I went out to pick the weekend and asked him, he tells his father where he was, and he's out there in bed. I met him. I said, which house do you live in? A big deal. So he showed it to him. So I drove up and a young lady. And she was door. You remember this? And I asked for Derek where she said he'd been there asleep. I introduced myself. He said, I'll give him up. I said, no, I'm going to give him up. I walked in there and grabbed his feet dirty on the floor. I was upset. I paid on his bed. And anyway, he hit the floor and jumped up. He said, I'll get my clothes on. Never missed it another time and became the player he's supposed to play. And I felt comfortable doing that because we were all a family. His father wanted it. He really wanted it. He didn't know it, but he was the warrior he's supposed to be. And they'll tell you, he talked him doing anything. Let his leave in him and play hurt. He just that was the start of it. That was when he became the player he's supposed to be right then. But I knew he had it in him. No doubt they all did too.
And then you said DP, put him in. You knew he was gonna be special, like Coach said. And they put him in. My studio was scout this and that. Well, since he's my cousin, I'm trying to knock the living crap out of him. And then I never got that chance. I never got that chance because he was such a hell of an athlete. I never got that chance. He was too fast, way too quick for me anyway. I tried to get my lick on him, I never could.
But this town has so much racial harmony. And it's like it's supposed to be. I mean, there's never any conflict of race. Never was. We never had any problem. And I never even thought about it. And I don't think they ever thought about it, So, and that's a tribute to this town, this county, black and white, racial harmony. And it's where it's supposed to be. And this football team does represent that. I mean, everybody grouped together. They want to win now, and they want to be a part of something good. And it is. When you look at the tradition, how many games we're going over here the last 30 years. It's absolutely amazing. It's not like we played the sisters with the poor either. We back down from anything. But it's just a lot of good things that's happening.
Yeah. Hey, what? You want to talk about your brothers playing here? I'm not sure what your age is different. Did you get a chance to see them? Think of it.
Greatest man like in the house. Then one of my brothers I learned the game. I even thought about playing.
I talked to Chris, and I think he said something about. I wasn't sure what he was when you would look at Antoine or something like that. When you were growing up, if y'all played ball in the yard, but they were a little bit too older.
Yeah, it was too much. My mama let me go out and play with them. I smelled that play. That made me tough. I was always a small kid.
Okay.
If you ride around South Panola, stupid. And I don't know if y'all ever noticed it. I'm not criticizing any sport by anything, but not a lot of basketball goes out there. There's a lot of football fields out there. You go right through, you see how many playing football and stuff. Have you ever noticed that? That is different than most places you see. And I picked on that pretty quick and woke up to taking these guys on. When did it go with that?
Yard ball.
Everybody want to play football.
You want to talk about following behind your brother? Yeah,
like pretty much like that's all we did was backyard football. Like I come from a big family. Like I have an auntie, she have 9 kids, 6 boys and 3 girls, and we all play football.
Okay.
And so then like my mom and kids, so we could just have my auntie kids and us, maybe the group of girls the bus with her, and just walk down there and like we would just like play ball. But like my brother was more like a father figure than just a brother, so like a brother / father. And so I just looked up to him, and he was like a great athlete here, and instilled in me like as far as like a work ethic and everything. So, and he ended up going off to college and playing at Marshall. He probably was like one of the first ones to go off that far to college from here.
Yeah.
To the middle of nowhere, and like she got a chance to play there, and he did great things. But it just was him like just believing in me that I can do it, and just like to keep going. And that was his thing. It was like no grit, no grind, no greatness. Like just put in work. Like that's all we do. And like the kids now, they work out, got out of the gym equipment and everything. Like we chop wood, Like we did like push-ups, like sit-ups, like the roads was gravel, like we used to race out there. It just made everything fun. It was like a clean, healthy competition. So we just led by example.
I'll come back to you later. Y'all got anything?
I'd say, talk about the 98 team.
Mm-hmm.
The person that stood out to me was Tilden Valentine. I went to church him, Chris Brown, even Chad Brown. I grew up went to church with those guys. And they helped mold me. You know what I'm saying? Going to church out there in Concord. We used to go to this Dale Johannes' house and play football out there until like I moved to Portland. Then I started playing with this guy. And you just can't talk about how much everybody in the community did for you. You know what I'm saying? From his mom, his auntie, you know, just everybody. You know, you can go on and on about it. But Tilden Valentine, Chris Brown, and a memory for me from '98. I remember that state championship game. Their whole defense stood up. Michael Brown, and I just remember Michael Brown was standing up in the middle, and like he never put his hands in the pocket. Never, not one time in that state championship game. Now I'll never forget that because
You want to say anything good?
Well, for me, when I started playing, I couldn't stay on the league. I ain't right. My first ever football league was 98 state championship team. I watched Corey play the game. I just told my aunt, she took me to my first game. I was like, I think I want to play this. Yeah, like I said, when I got back, me and Marcus, I'm like every day, every week, he out there playing. People breaking legs and arms, but still playing. Like, then 03 when went down, they told me, you got to step up. I was sophomore. You got to step up. So I moved to center. I had to step up and man up. So that's what I did. What made me love playing football.
Okay. And John, you were one of the ones who got the opportunity. You signed to play college ball, and then you were drafted. You were talking about how he was a father figure to you, and so I'm sure there were some times you wanted to give up. Tell us about that, continuing on to play at the next level.
For me, everything I got instilled in me when I was here, I think that would help me propel to college and on to the NFL. I mean, Coach always say he don't have many rules, but he always gonna tell you to do the right thing. And I just think, just with that message, I just carry that on throughout to this day. Now I'm just trying to do the right thing, doing the small thing. I got to college, got a chance to play with Ontario, and I know my brother was there, Jamarca was there, and so it was very easy to just do the right thing because they always done that. But I'd say probably my biggest inspiration playing high school football is my quarterback there, Big E. He just had a unique way of making all of us believe. He used to always holler, man, these college coaches ain't come to see me, they come to see us. And so, that really make us believe. And I just think that's influential to all of us.
Okay. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Coach, there are some players, they went on to become coaches. You guys that have gone on and become coaches, tell us the influence. Where did it come from?
I can speak for me. He came in, just how they held us accountable. I can remember up in the cafeteria at the high school. I used to be, we used to clown a little bit, and I was in the cafeteria at breakfast, and I was clowning, and Coach King, Coach defensive line, he got on to me, and I asked him why he was always picking. And he lit into me, and that wasn't the first time. When we did things, we had coaches that held us accountable and got on to us, and that just sticks with you. Because they could have just, let me go on and do whatever and not held me accountable and not got onto me. I go throughout life thinking I can just do anything and everything and there'll be no consequence. but they didn't do that. They held us accountable, and you know, I think that helped mold, you know, this group of young men right here into me. And you know, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I know for me, you know, that helped me. And you know, as I went to college and just thinking about what I wanted to do, you know, I thought back about these guys. You know, football wasn't, you know, talented enough to go to college and play, go to the NFL, you know, and I had to come to reality with that. But I love football so much, I wanted to do something that I was around it always. And, you know, I just look back at these guys that, you know, played a part of my life. And, I wanted to come back and give to my community, you know, what they gave me.
For me, I saw the things that my coach did. And then, of course, being in college, when Coach Woods got here, he set a standard. We had bred in us that South Florida was everything. Coach Woods kind of put a little bit extra icing and some sprinkles on this thing with his staff and the guys that he had came through because he propelled us to dominate. And so I enjoy being in school, being able to bring guys from other states in to watch South Florida play. And one of the biggest compliments we had was they would look up and say, man, no problem, man, Bob. And these are guys from other states, Florida, Texas, you know, and they feel like they're the kings of high school. So then, of course, once I got back, I'm teaching and coaching, and then, of course, when Coach Woods came back, you know, we sat down and had a conversation. Well, actually, we walked outside on the track and had a conversation. And, you know, he told me he definitely hope I would stick around. And I had an offer on the table, and we talked about it. And I appreciate him as a whole because with him having as much success as he did, he was always humble enough to have a conversation with me about life. We talked finances, we talked children. It was just about more than ball. And it was just always, I mean, Coach, and I'm saying it about you, but I'm going to say it to you. It was always a thing to see how humble you were in that you could, because of your success, I mean, you're a Mississippi football guru, you know, but man, it was just, it meant a whole lot to be able, for you to be able to have those conversations and, you know, you need that advice. And that's something that I always wanted to be able to do. You know, never forget where you came from, never get too big for your britches, and always understand that these guys that were coming up around you, know, I was never working for Coach. We always worked together. He valued my opinion, we talked about things. We went on, we bumped heads sometimes, we laughed, we hugged, we ate meals together. I mean, all of it. So for that, I appreciate it. And it was things like that that helped me want to be, you know, coach, as well as now I've graduated on over into administration. It helps for me being a school leader. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Are you coaching? Oh, okay.
For me, things were a little different. Playing for Coach Woods, you know, coming up, we were taught that if you work hard, you get the things that you want in life. And as you can see, I'm a small guy. I've never been big, and I work hard. And because I worked hard, Coach Woods allowed me to play good. And just that motivation, having that inspiration, knowing that, okay, could this be this way in everything I do? Will I be, if I work hard in everything that I do, will I get the same results? So I took that chance and I tried out and I walked on at JUCO level and I got the same result. So I wanted to be that inspiration for somebody the same way the coach was for me. To know that if you work hard, keep your nose clean, good things will happen. And that's why I coach.
Anybody else opposed to other than that? You gonna call?
Yeah, you know, I was retired, sitting at home for a couple of years. Actually, and I get a call from Coach Woods one day, and you know, asked me would I be interested in coaching. In my mind, I was like, heck yeah, you know, I go back and do it. This would be a way of me giving back. You know, I just told Coach, I said, Coach, I got to talk it over with my wife. So got off the phone with Coach, and Miss Woods called me, and she was like, John, I'm so proud of you the way, that you take in consideration, listen to your wife, and that pretty much summed it up for me. But coming back to Coach Woods, it was an easy cycle, you know. Making an hour, 15-minute drive every day was fun for me. You know, to get back here, and the kids just so responsive and do things the right way, and actually to get back out to practice and hear coach get some of those same speeches that he was giving when I was a little kid, and you know, those things just carry you on throughout life.
Well, what is some advice that you guys would give to the kids that are coming up today? They may not really know, most of you, because you know they might have just been little now. Now they're in high school, and they probably, I'm talking about the players, they probably watched some film and stuff. What advice would you give them having this cushy little indoor facility to practice on, all those ways when y'all know it was nothing like that when y'all were coming along? What advice would y'all give them?
I'll let them answer it, but I work with them every day, the kids, and they don't really know. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't really know the history, a lot of the history of soccer, football. And I'm in here all the time telling them about these guys, whatever. You know, when I talk about it, they tune in and they listen, whatever. So, you know, they don't really know too much of the history, but they're, you know, I try to tell them more and more every day or whatever, but I'll let them speak on it too.
My thing, I mean, wait your turn. I mean, it's not just because the starters. The starters have to have somebody. First, second team have to have somebody to go against, meaning scout team. I mean, when I was 99, scout team was my turn to play high school football. I knew I wasn't. I mean, I could play, but I knew I wasn't going to start. I knew I wasn't going to be his backup either. I was the third string or whatever string we had. We had so many guys on the team, but we came in every day for a scout team. I couldn't wait to go to a scout team. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed being on scout just as much as it was to us. It was just like playing, because I'm helping these guys get ready for Friday. I'm gonna give them my all to where we used to have some of the starters. Hey, y'all, chill out, man. You know? We're gonna, but there was a lot of time we had to ask old Tony Bone guys like him, because he wanted to be wide open every day in practice. But there was a lot of time we had to, Bone, you know, chill out on me, like running down the field. So, you know, scout team is a big part of the football team, not just the second starter. So, I mean, I've heard stories where, you know, you can't get nobody won't do scout, nobody won't do. Yeah, but wait your turn, get out there, and help out in ways you can. And if it's a scout team, well, be the best scout player you can be. We used to have scout team, Danny Dunn, and scout team All-Americans that we made up, you know what I'm saying? And we just, it made it fun though. But I knew that we were helping out the starters at the same time.
The big change I had to do when I came here, I'd always sort of protect the quarterback, get a jersey, you know, they didn't want to be killed. You had so much time invested in your quarterback, all the knowledge and all running the offense. After about 3 or 4 days, I had a red shirt on, a white shirt on, Ricky Rice. Finally, I told Michael Farrell, I said, we finna take it off because it's making him spotty quick. They about to kill him. There wasn't no need to tell him not to eat it, they was going to eat it. We just screamed like he was live every day. So I had to get used to that. We just went live all the time. There wasn't even no need to try to protect him. But it worked out.
I always say that no dream is too big. If you believe in it, you can do it. I mean, you can always get to that final line whether you want to keep doing it or revert back to what you used to. I mean, just keep going and believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody gonna believe in you.
That's right. One thing I would say, like, for them too, like, you start young, and it's just not about like football, which is like great, but like for like discipline, like time management, like everything start young. It's basically like if you want to be an astronaut, you know, you want to be a football player. So now with like us and being there, then you got them coaching and they'll be here. So you're able to instill like in them, you can start them off early and making sure like that you listen to your parents and like doing the right thing, because you have to be like football player or like a student athlete, you have to be well rounded, like, and all. So, and it's just like they just need to pay attention to like everybody. You can learn something from everybody and just instill it like if that's what they want to do. And like the sky is not the limit. They got footsteps on the moon. Like that's what I tell my people. And what you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. And so that's the main thing. You just stay focused on whatever they want to do, like they can do it. So because that's what they need now is more of like motivation and for them to know that you're actually there for them and not trying to tell them or like feel against them. And that'll make them want to like do better and like come to you versus you like going to them.
There's a lot of characters in built in this restaurant, the rack between the racks back there and on that field out there. A lot of characters. You know, it's like you say, it just prepares you for life. You don't have, it's going to be the wreck, it's going to be the road. You just got to decide where you want to go. And, the football or any other sport, it's game, anything, people are part of it, part of something good, it feels good about it. They have a chance to succeed in life. And that transfers right over to your family, job. Mark showed me a child playing and had him playing in Saratoga and proud of him. That's all comes from development from Marcus, development and through he had a great father being always come. And, he had a lot of influence, but this building, his team, great influence was really class. Like it was to me. These guys influenced me a lot more than I did then. And I go back to great players, what makes you a successful man. No doubt about it. Guys like that right here, they were all great players. You take in anywhere, feel pretty good about how you can leave me. That I tried never to leave anybody. They do the
Even with me saying, let's leave a few up.
We need to make sure they all get on the just a lot of good things happen.
Anybody got anything? Oh, I'm sorry.
I would say, piggyback on the material, so hard work pays off. No matter what you do, it's with your family. This is anything that you do in life. I remember being out here with this guy, 330 some pounds, we were running 21-110s. I'm like, if this guy can do this, any of us can do anything. And that's with me being a father, teaching my sons and my daughters the right way to be. So my dad teaching me, like Coach Lou said, like, this one part of this place I miss the most. Because even when I left here, I know we came back here on Friday night, my dad was on the side. He's going to be here every game. We're going to forever love this place for that reason.
If y'all want to say something.
I'll never be afraid to work. You can't run from it. It's going to find you in some fashion. And Coach Lee and myself, we had a lot of pride because we were from here. And being here, we did a lot of extra to make sure we worked out. John was here. He jumped on in. Never had a bad night. And we try to take things off Coach Wood's plate so he could focus on what he needs to do and run the team. And he would be right there with us, picking up trash. Walking the dressing room, we all get close between him and Coach Fred. I mean, they got 100 years in football. But those guys are right there with us. We, like I said, grinding, trying to get everything done. Teach the guys to take pride in your locker room. It's your house. Take pride in your house. But these guys here, again, they the boss. But, it never was that. It was always we in here, we doing this together. So that's what, that was the biggest thing. You knew you had some guys that were working. We were able to get a lot of things done. We could take direction, and I mean, that's all the way around. Coach saw me doing something, he said, what you need me to do? And then, he was going over. So just can't be afraid of it. It's going to find you. If you become a husband, you become a father, that's even more. Now you got some other people counting on you. So then we'll be able to see that same thing. No fear of work. You don't have to do it one way or another.
And my thing, I'm of course a state trooper, but I'm a state trooper today because of South Carolina. The way we work down here, when I went to patrol school, was some of the hardest training you ever went through in your life. That's when I first seen grown men cry in patrol school, trying to get home. Well, my thing, I wasn't gonna quit because I went to Sapanola. I played football at Sapanola, so if I can do that, this would be a walkthrough. Of course, it wasn't a walkthrough, but it made me work harder because of what we did here, what they instilled in us here. Hard work pays off, and I can thank Sapanola Tigers, this organization, for me and my two brothers being true for that. Just getting that in the inside of it.
Anybody got anything else to say that I did not ask? You got anything? All right, thank y'all so much. It's so good to see everybody. So,
Good to see y'all.
see y'all June the 24th. Are we gonna,
Good seeing they just put in there so much line rewind time. Perfect come back.
Banquet for 22, right? Okay.